Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed Shadows boss has admitted that Elon Musk emotionally broke him when he criticized the game with three simple words: DEI kills art. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. I wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com. And Assassin's Creed Shadows boss Marc-Alexis Côté did indeed admit that he was emotionally broken by Musk. And this is what did it. He literally just posted DEI kills art. He was obviously reacting to the possibility of the game featuring a gay black samurai as the main character in Yasuke. And so, in an interview with Steven Totillo, a former editor-in-chief at Kotaku who now runs GameFile, I think that says everything you need to know about Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows there, that they are actually entertaining interviews with former Kotaku people in order to promote the game. I don't think that's going to convince anyone that what you're saying is actually true. I think it just shows that you're running to people you think will do damage control for you. But nevertheless, that is who they did the interview with. And he revealed that Musk broke him. He says, that tweet generated emotions, that the first thing I wanted to do was go back on X that I had deleted and just tweet back. So he says he's basically removed his account on X after Musk posted this. He no longer has an account on X now. That's how badly Musk broke this guy. He had to delete X. And I just took a step back. I have a mindfulness app on my phone, and I did a bit of mindfulness to try to explore the emotions that this tweet created. So that's probably this guy's first step. He's clearly not in touch with Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. He is having to revert to quote unquote mindfulness. He probably wouldn't have created Assassin's Creed Shadows the way it is and the way it has been portrayed if he actually had been following Christ and actually had gone to prayer and sought Christ instead of whatever this atheist mumbo jumbo is that he decided to find quote unquote peace at, which he clearly didn't find peace at because he posted this. You literally can't make this up. Complete projection right here, complete hypocrisy. And he said, for me, Elon, it's sad. He's just feeding hatred. So he's accusing Elon of feeding hatred by accurately stating that DEI kills art. It indeed does. The evidence is overwhelming. But look who's actually being hateful. I had a lot of 3-word replies that came to mind. That's what Côté said. He is the one who was full of hate because Elon Musk was speaking the truth. I had a lot of 3-word replies that came to mind. I wonder what they were. Probably something that Elon said to Bob Iger. Go F yourself, probably. That's my guess. Nevertheless, Côté continues saying, by attacking someone like Elon, I will not convince people about our point of view as a team. Nope. No, you won't. You'll actually just convince people that you are completely bought and paid for by the woke agenda, that you are captured by woke ideology, and that Elon is exactly right. And I think by saying that you wanted to attack him proves that that is indeed the case. You are captured by woke ideology, and that Elon is indeed right, that DEI kills art, and that your game is full of DEI. And on top of this, not only do I think you are running damage control by running to Steven Totillo, former editor-in-chief at Kotaku, but I think this entire interview is being done out of desperation because I think the backlash is so intense that pre-orders are probably way, way down compared to what they thought they would be. And I think that shows that this game is going to suffer in the sales department when it does indeed come out. It is not looking good for them. This is a 100% damage control interview. This is a 100% interview being done out of fear as well, because they know what they have tried to sell people is not what they want. And it's over. People are sick and tired of the woke cultists, sick and tired of the woke ideology, and they're finally saying no to this stuff. And I am here for it. I'm so happy that this is indeed happening. And I'm able to document this for you guys. So let's continue here. He doesn't say what his team's point of view is, probably because it is DEI and woke ideology. I think kind of already gone over that, right? But he does think that he's going to be able to convince people within the first 15 minutes of the game that it's actually an Assassin's Creed game. And he said this: Yasuke is very, very grounded in the history of the franchise and how we make our choices. We've got a super mysterious historical character from which not much is known about. And for us, it was what we want in Assassin's Creed. He then continues saying, what Elon says is not the game that we're building. People will have to play the game for themselves. And if within the first 11 minutes and 47 seconds they are not convinced of what we're doing, we can have the discussion. No, we can have the discussion right now. We are having the discussion right now. I do find it how he's trying to like trick people into purchasing the game to try and find out, when it's like, no, we don't need to do that. We can see it for ourselves already. This interview is an example of it as well. He goes on and says, I was reviewing the game very recently and I was like, the answer is there. I just hope and wish that people can keep an open mind about this and see the game for what it is. We do see it what it is. It is DI. It kills art. It is woke ideology. We see it for what it is. You're just trying to sell us something now because the backlash is so intense. It's an Assassin's Creed game, and I believe the best one we've ever built. I doubt that. The best Assassin's Creed game is Black Flag. And then obviously Assassin's Creed 2 is right up there with it. But I don't think it's going to convince anyone. I don't think the first 15 minutes of gameplay are going to convince anyone. We already know that Ubisoft is indeed dedicated to woke ideology in the form of representation and diversity and inclusion. We had a leaked document shared by Jeremy Hambley of The Quartering. In that document, it says, first, we want to make it very clear that we do not accept hate, harassment, and other forms of abuse in any way. And we are deeply saddened to see the negativity and hatred currently spreading on our coworkers' personal profiles and on our and our partners' social media platforms. It's unclear exactly what this was referring to. My guess, it probably has something to do with Sweet Baby Inc., probably has something to do with Star Wars Outlaws. And because I think this was kind of before the Assassin's Creed Shadows stuff, because this was in April. So it was right after Sweet Baby Inc. stuff and at the height of kind of the Star Wars Outlaws and all that stuff. But interestingly, they do not accept hate, yet this guy's literally talking about how much he was broken emotionally by Elon Musk and how much hate was welling up in him and how much he wanted to post to him. To attack Elon. But they say they do not accept hate. Yet this is the guy who's running Assassin's Creed Shadows, right? And this whole game is full of hate. I mean, you look at a lot of Japanese. I've seen a lot of people covering Japanese reactions, and they're just absolutely disgusted by it because they just see this Yasuke guy getting like all the people are bowing down to him. He's then beheading them. He literally celebrates killing a person who is forced to attack him. Truly hateful game. Definitely made out of malice and spite, in my opinion. But nevertheless, the email goes on, or the memo goes on, and says, we are proud to represent the diversity and inclusion that exists in society as part of our everyday work. Representation is part of our DNA and will remain that way regardless of external pressure or influences. That will not be the case. I think we will be seeing layoffs happening in the future and potentially shutdown of this company if they continue to embrace this stuff and players continue to reject it and stop purchasing their products, which I think is the case with both Star Wars Outlaws as well as this game here, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Goes on to add, Ubisoft firmly stands for diversity and inclusion in our workplace and our games, and we believe there is no room for hate in gaming. That's not true, as I just said. But anyways, they obviously are captured by woke ideology, and they are firmly embracing it. We also know that they previously employed Sweet Baby Inc. CEO Kim Belair and worked with Sweet Baby Inc. for its Assassin's Creed Valhalla game. You can see a screenshot of Sweet Baby Inc.'s clients, Ubisoft, right there on the second row. Not only has Ubisoft made it clear where it stands on the promotion of woke ideology, but a blog post attempting to promote Assassin's Creed Shadows heavily implied that both Yasuke and Naui practice disordered sexual lifestyles. This is what the post says. Naui and Yasuke, disparate personalities, also lead them to have different relationships and rapports with other characters, and they don't always feel the same way about people, nor do people always feel the same way about them. Specifically discussing romantic options, it says romantically, they will also attract and be attracted to different types of people. Through the pair, players will get to experience a multitude of relationships. I think they left that ambiguous for a reason, because they probably have that in the game. Promotion of disordered sexual lifestyles. In fact, they hired Dartmouth professor Sachi Schmidt-Hori as a consultant on the game. Her biography on Dartmouth's website says this: I'm interested in investigating how gender, sexuality, corporeality, and power are represented and negotiated in pre-17th century Japanese narratives and illustrations. My first book, Tales of Idolized Boys, Male Love, and Medieval Japanese Narratives, is on a medieval Chigo Monogatari, which often depict romantic relationships between Buddhist priests and adolescent boys. These tales challenge a host of a host of normative and moral standards we academics especially internalize, including such ideas as sexual orientation, transgenerational sex, and sexual agency. Her biography continues: my current project is on the literary representations of milk kinships in pre-17th Japanese tales, including the tale of Oshikubo, the tale of Genji, and the tales of the Haiki. The official description from the publisher for her book, from the University of Hawaii Press, says this: that she calls for a shift in the hermeneutic strategies applied to Chigo and Chigo Monogatari, and puts forth both a nuanced historicization of social constructs such as gender, sexuality, age, and agency, and a mode of reading propelled by curiosity and introspection. So, in my opinion, she's definitely doing activism work and disguising it as academic work. And then we also have this: one of the senior writers for the game, Giles Armstrong, back in 2018, he clearly showed that he has an animus against white characters, which is in line with woke representation ideology. He posted this to X in a reaction to a video of actor Chadwick Boseman surprising Black Panther fans. He says, hey, hashtag game dev, when I say in our meetings that representation matters, well, see for yourself. Everyone wants to see a positive version of themselves on screen. There's more than enough games out there with white men as the only playable characters. Let's do better. So you can clearly see this guy has internalized self-hatred and self-racism, or I guess racism against white people or white characters, because he's clearly makes a distinction here that there are more than enough games with white men, indicating that you should stop making games with white men moving forward. That's definitely what he is implying there. It's absolutely disgusting. So these are the types of people that are working at Ubisoft. They obviously previously employed Kim Belair, also a disgusting racist. So this guy is trying to sell something that just doesn't exist, and people have caught on to the lies, and I doubt that he's going to convince anyone. And it's absolutely hilarious that he did this interview clearly trying to do damage control. And what does it actually do? It actually makes, in my opinion, it look even worse, because it shows that how emotionally unstable he is. And it also shows that Elon Musk is right, because he literally just posted DEI kills art, and this guy went into an absolute rage and was completely broken by Musk over it, which indicates that Musk was indeed right. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, but to always speak the truth.